Now, a good friend of the show, Mark Huck, his family, you tweeted about what happened to Mark, the King's man. He's got a whole ministry, pro-life ministries. He's spoken here at our chapel. Has been here on the radio many, many times promoting his great work. And for those who aren't aware of it, maybe one or two people still don't know, but the FBI raided his home at like 7:05 in the morning in front of the kids with guns pointing at him. It was like, what? Is this America? Well, Bishop Strickland, I'm going to put you on the hot seat like I normally do. I don't hear everybody else commenting. You're a bishop and you're going to say, wait a minute, this isn't right. And, you stick your neck out for Mark. I want to ask you, what was your reaction to that news that his family home was invaded by, I think it was 16, 17 FBI cars with 30 agents, gun drawn, and they arrest him for something frivolous that was already resolved. It just seems like this could be something from a movie.
Yeah, or something from, as I said in the tweet, a totalitarian state.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like America at all, and that's tragic.
That's scary.
And what I've come to understand, I've just read about it, but people say, they discount the reporters who are putting it out there. It really happened.
Oh, yeah.
And the circumstances, I've had people contact me that actually know Mark and ask for prayers.
Oh, yeah.
And the circumstances behind it are really sinister.
Oh, yeah.
And that's illustrated by, here's this man in his family home, all these young children around.
Yep.
And from what I understand, I don't know everything. We need the truth. But from what I understand, they had been contacted and said, sure, we'll cooperate. The case had already been dismissed.
That's right.
I think more than once.
Yep.
And they were contacted to say, well, we've got more questions or whatever. They were cooperative. And then the next thing you know, this raid that is an atrocity.
Yeah,
it's not America.
No.
And it's like, what in the world is the basis for this?
Yep.
This man had we have all these guns and these FBI agents, this SWAT team, like he's some sort of dangerous criminal, as if he had a stockpile of weapons at his home.
Right.
He had a stockpile of Cheerios and milk for all these kids, probably, if anything.
Exactly.
This is a family. It's just a violation of life.
Yeah.
Once again. Here's this man putting his life on the line, putting obviously himself at risk, standing for the sanctity of life of unborn children.
That's right.
And being known for that crusade of goodness and life and love and the beauty of life. And here, his life and the life of his children is violated by, thankfully there was no loss of life, but those children are scarred from that now and totally unwarranted. If they said they had more questions, this man was not a threat in any way. And what are they trying to do? I guess make a statement. Well, they made a statement.
Oh, they did.
That our government is way out of bounds and we're not a totalitarian state. And those who we need an investigation really of who authorized this, what were they thinking? And those people need to answer for this. I doubt we'll get any answers.
Right.
And it'll blow over and Mark will continue to wade through all of the legal things they're throwing at him. Obviously, he'd been wading through it already. But we're likely to never hear any accountability for this atrocity toward an American family. And here we are on the flip side of real criminals that have killed people.
That's right.
And they're released with no bail or minimal bail. They're back on the streets, free to kill again. And sadly, too often they do. We just saw right in the same news feed, you're seeing these teenagers, I think it was in Philadelphia, just going wild. And I guess it was a supermarket. We don't have those stores, Wawa, in this area, but I guess it was a supermarket or something like that. But I mean, these teenagers are just destroying the place.
Oh no.
And it wasn't a single arrest.
Yeah.
Here we have that being played out on the national media scene, and here then we have this raid happening at a private family home of a man who has been a leader in the sanctity of life. It's just a messed up world that we're in right now.
Bishop Strickland, why don't you really tell me what you think? Everything you said, I concur. And I've been asking people to go fund. He has a GoFundMe fund. It's already at $78,000 because he's got to get attorneys. I have friends that are attorneys working with him. There's also another resource to get an update on this at LifeSite News. John Henry Weston did an interview with the family representative.
Yeah, I tweeted that also.
Good. So that's important to have that resource because he's a man that stood up for the faith. And I don't know if you tweeted this, but he would drive 2 hours once a week from his home to Philadelphia to spend 6 to 8 hours at the clinic trying to persuade women not to kill their babies for years. Yeah. This is a committed pro-life man, and we need to support him in all ways. And Bishop Strickland, I just got this on my email here about an elderly woman. She was shot while campaigning against pro-abortion ballot proposal in Michigan. Yeah. An elderly woman. It seems now we're out of control. If you're pro-life, somehow the government right now is like saying, hey, you're dangerous. You can't be a good a citizen in America if you're for stopping abortion or any other immoral actions that are going on. So it really seems like we're at a time where a crossroads where the country really needs Christ even more than ever now because we've got a real battle on our hands of morality, of what's right and what's wrong.
Absolutely.